Hello, please come in.
Hi.
Hi, please take a seat.
Thank you.
Can you please tell me your full name?
My name is Cindy Lee.
Cindy Lee, thank you. And could you please show me your passport?
Here you go, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is the speaking test of International English Language Testing Systems taking place on Thursday, the 13th of December at Elite English Language Institute of Testing and Education. The centre number is TW168. The candidate is Cindy Lee and the candidate's number is 009804. The examiner is Jonathan Burke and the examiner's number is 000258. Alright, we're going to start part 1 now. I'm going to set this timer and you'll have 4 or 5 minutes to speak and answer the questions. I'm going to start by asking you, what do you do?
I'm a kindergarten teacher.
I see. And what made you decide to become a kindergarten teacher?
I really like children, especially young children. So I majored in early childhood education back in college. After I graduated, I've been working as a kindergarten teacher for 4 years.
I see, good. And what do you enjoy about that?
For young children, they are very innocent. They are like a blank white paper. So whatever you teach, they will become. So I think it's very important to teach them in their early ages what's right and what's wrong. And even they learn quick. So whatever improvements they make will make me feel satisfied.
Good, okay. So personal satisfaction in your job is important to you?
Yes.
What's your favorite TV program?
I have 2 favorite TV programs.
I see.
One is called Curvy Bride Boutique, and the other one is called Outdaughtered. The first one, the Curvy Bride Boutique, is about 2 ladies. They open a shop together, a bridal shop. This bridal shop is specifically designed for plus-size women.
Right.
You know how women, plus-size women, are hard to find clothes, even for a regular shop, and it's even harder for them to find wedding gowns. So this boutique is designed for plus-size women. So for this reality show, you will see how the groom, they will tell you how the groom and the bride met in the beginning. And you will see the first time the bride putting on the gown and the tears welled up in her eyes. So all these little detailed, heartwarming stories will make me happy.
Excellent, okay.
Yeah.
And are there any programs that you don't like watching?
I do not like to watch heavy, intense shows. For example, crime fighting shows.
I see.
Like CSI.
And why don't you like to watch those?
I think every day life is busy enough. A lot of pressure already.
Right.
You have to wake up early in the morning to go to work, and then you have kids and you have to do all the chores. So when it's your TV time, it should be relaxing. So I don't want to make myself intense again.
Right, I see. You mentioned that you have 2 favorite TV programs and you described one of them. Can you tell me something about the other one?
The other one is called Outdaughtered.
Yes.
Yes, and they play with the word outnumbered.
I see.
So
yep.
It's a young couple. They had 1 daughter already, and they wanted to have more kids. So the wife got pregnant, and ended up she had quintuplets.
Wow, quintuplets.
Yeah, so 5 kids at the same time. You can imagine what a chaos it is at home. But in this TV show, it captures the little moments. For example, how the kids have potty trained, and their first birthday, all these little details. And because I'm a kindergarten teacher, so I'm very related. So I love watching that show.
Excellent. Do you think that in the future you will watch more TV or less TV?
Oh, hopefully I will watch more TV.
Okay.
Yeah, because my kids are growing up, and hopefully I will have more time of my own.
Right. Okay. And in the future, do you think there will be some other shows that might attract you more? Maybe your tastes will change?
Yes, I do think so. I also love cooking shows, but because right now with the limited time I have, I don't have time to go to the kitchen and cook. But I do love watching cooking show. And if in the future I have more time of myself, I will use what I learn on TV and then really practice in the kitchen.
Right. And where do you usually watch TV shows?
I watch TV in my living room. Because I only have one TV at home.
Right.
And I really treasure family time. I want my kids to come out to their bedrooms and spend quality family time in the living room.
Good. Thank you very much. That is the end of part 1.
Thank you.
And now we're going to go to part 2. For part 2, I will give you a piece of paper to take some notes.
Okay.
And here's a pencil.
Thank you.
And I will give you this piece of paper with a question. And firstly, I will give you 1 minute to take some notes to prepare for your answer. And your preparation time starts now. All right, and that's the time. So now I'm going to give you 2 minutes to give me your answer for part 2, starting now.
My friend Jerry, he started a business of his own. His dad, he owns a company that sells medical equipment to hospitals. So for a hospital, like a big organization like a hospital, you have to go through a lot of departments just to sell one item. So when my friend Jerry, he majored in computer science back in college, and after he graduated, he started his own business. So he combined what his dad already had with the modern technology. So he hired a team of engineers and invented a small device that's just the size of your palm. Right. So it has a metal detector and it's attached to your cell phone app. So you know how Chinese people, they go to the Chinese doctor to have their pulse measured diagnostically and have acupuncture. So that's what the little device do. You place the metal detector on your pulse, and your cell phone screen will show your organ status. For example, your lungs, your intestine, your heart rate. And not only will it show what your problems are, it will also show how to improve it. Like by telling you should take vitamin D, you should do what kind of exercise that will improve you. Okay, so I think it's a very smart idea to combine what the Chinese tradition with the modern technology.
Okay. And do you think that you would like to do the same kind of work as this person?
Yes, I do. I think it's a very smart idea. Right now, you can't just open a shop and have a very good sales. Right now, you have to use the online, do promotions, do some certain online selling, and with maybe connect with a YouTuber. Right now, you just can't do the traditional way.
I see. Very good, thank you. And that is the end of part 2. Now I'll take back this question and a piece of paper for your answer and your pencil. Thank you. I'm going to ask you some questions in part 3 now, and they will be about the same topic that we just discussed. Okay. So there'll be general questions about the same topic as part 2. We'll spend about 4 or 5 minutes on this, and again, you can just give me answers until I tell you that's the end of your time.
Okay.
Okay, so part 3 starts now. You mentioned that you would like to do the same kind of work as your friend. Now, do you mean that you would like to open a business in the same kind of industry, or just like to run a business the way he's running his business now?
In my opinion, right now, I don't. It's a bit too late for me to learn something that I don't know. For example, the medical industry is something I don't know. So I think the method he uses is very smart. So I will probably, if I want to open a shop, I will use the same method he does.
Okay. Can you tell me what kind of jobs young people in Taiwan don't like doing?
Young people in Taiwan, they don't like to do construction works. It's very construction work is not very long lasting. You can't do it when you want to retire at a retiring age. When you reach your 40s, you probably will feel back pain, muscle pain, and also it's a very high risk of injuries. So not many young people want to do it. And also for construction work, it's usually contract works, which means it's very time limited. So rain or shine, you have to be out there. Doesn't matter if you feel ill or you have any personal issues that you have to deal with, you have to be out there and keep working.
I see. Who do you think is the best at giving young people advice about choosing a job? Their teachers or their parents?
I think teachers is the better person to give out advice. For parents love their children and they hope their children will have a good life. What I mean by good life is an easy life and have a high paid job, less pressure work. Right. But for teachers, they want to educate students, finding their own values. They want the students to have good deeds, and when they grow up, they want to pay back to the society, be a good person, and also combine their interests. So I think teachers are the better candidates to give advice.
Very good. You mentioned that parents want their children to get high-paid jobs. Do you think money is always the most important thing when choosing a job?
In my opinion, money is not the most important part. It's not the most important because if we want to earn more money, all the people will become a salesperson. But a lot of people, they look for stability. For example, I am. So that's why I'm a kindergarten teacher. Being a kindergarten teacher is definitely not a very high-paid job. Right. But it gives you fulfillment. Yes, it makes you feel that you have done something good, and then you give it back to the society. So money is not the most important part. It doesn't give you the happiness you look for.
Okay, good. Do you agree that many people these days are under pressure to work longer hours and take less vacation?
I definitely think nowadays people work longer hours and have less vacation. In this modern world, the communication software is much more convenient than back days. Back days, when managers want to assign you any project, they probably will email you. Right. So the sentence, "Oh, sorry, I didn't receive your email," no longer exists. Your managers expect you to reply right away and get on it right away. Right. So it doesn't matter if it's on your day off, you're on holiday. If they send it to you, you have to check it and then solve it.
Right. Okay, and what do you think is the impact on society of people who have a bad work-life balance?
Family is definitely the one that has the most impact on.
Okay.
Right now, work and day off, it doesn't have a very good balance. Even if you're at home, you probably will still be working. You'll be using your cell phone, typing back, sending back messages, or completing whatever assignments you are assigned to. So even if we are having family dinner, people nowadays, they check your cell phone from time to time, even though there aren't any messages sent to you. It's just a really bad habit.
Yeah, I see. Right.
So it's when we are having a conversation face to face, when family members having conversation face to face, and they check the cell phone, this action will break the bond. Yes.
Thank you. That is the end of part 3. Thank you very much. And that is the end of our test.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cindy spoke very well, demonstrating a consistently high level use of language. She had a very good answer structure, especially in parts 1 and 3. She demonstrated very good understanding of words. She gave long, detailed answers, and she had high-level sentence complexity. I gave her excellent for fluency and cohesion. Her speech was very smooth with great continuity. She didn't have any serious gaps between her words or her sentences. Even when she did have a few pauses, it was noticeable that she put them in exactly the right kind of place. She paused in the way and in the places that a native English speaker would. And she also used some words which naturally let you pause, words like well and next and actually and though, to give herself a little bit more time to think. And that was a very natural use of her pauses, which was a lot like a native English speaker. So she had a really good use of timing and used her pauses very well in order to gain a little bit more time to speak. I also gave her excellent for lexical resource because she demonstrated a very good vocabulary range, and in particular she consistently used high-level vocabulary. She used words like diagnostically and status, fulfillment, intense and stability. And this was very noticeable because it lifted the level of her language above what you usually hear. She also needs to just avoid using the words in the question. Sometimes she copied a couple of the words from the question, and generally I would suggest avoiding that because it sounds like you're just borrowing the vocabulary of the examiner. But generally speaking, her own vocabulary was a very high level. I gave her excellent for grammar because she had very few errors and they were generally only minor. She showed confidence with a range of different tenses, and in fact, right at the start, even in part 1, one of her first answers used perfect tense, which is very uncommon because perfect tense is high-level grammar that you don't usually hear people using, at least not non-native English speakers. I would say she should use perfect tense more because she's obviously familiar with it and she can use it well, and this really helps to lift her score. I also gave her excellent for pronunciation because it was very clear, it was accurate, there weren't any really serious problems, and she sounded a lot like a native English speaker.